This is the drawing project for Cycle 2, Week 1, using the oils concept for ages about 4 to 6. So it's a very simple drawing, utilizes simple shapes, and something that's easily accessible for ages around 4 to 6. So basically the Abecedarians, maybe the journeyman. And it's complex enough, though, that they get to add some designs and some color to make it a little bit more interesting. This project is based on science for the week. The concept of rainforests is brought up, and so I've chosen the Swiss cheese plant to be inspired by, and it has fun holes in it, which show some negative space, and also some rainforest beetles, which adds some interesting pattern and color to the project. So once you have your leaf taped up on your whiteboard, then you're going to be explaining how to draw it, and the students are going to be following along with you. So in just a moment, I will be drawing the leaf on my whiteboard here on the screen, and I'll be walking through it as if I'm teaching a class of Abecedarians. So I'll be speaking as if I was speaking to the students. Let's begin. Let's begin at the bottom of the leaf. So I'm going to put my pencil down and do a dot. So this is where I'm going to start. And we're going to begin by going up the curve, and I can see that my leaf almost goes to the edge of my paper, so my curve is going to go there too. When I come up, I see I stop at the point. This is going to be an angled line. I stop at the top of the angle, and then I start going the opposite way. So I'm going to go down. I see a curve coming up, so I go around, and I curve back the other way. I keep going, and this time my curve goes past the point, almost to the edge of the paper, and then I begin to curve up, up, up to another angle. So I stop when I get to the angle, and then my pencil goes back down. I do another curve, then I come up and curve around the other way, all the way to the top of my paper. I'm to a point, so this is an angle again. So I'm going to stop with my pencil. Now I'm going to start curving the other way, going downward on my paper. So I'm going to curve down and come in a little bit as I come to the middle. I'm going to stop and do another curved line up. I have an angle, so I'm going to stop my pencil. Now I'm going to start curving down again toward the side of my paper. And my leaf goes down, 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 and then curves in again. The curve comes around, and I'm going to start going to the edge of my paper. I can see my line going up, so I'm going to do the same with my pencil. The angle stops, so my pencil stops. Now I'm going to come down to the side of my paper, and it's okay if the kids go off the paper, that's fine. Now we're going to curve back around and meet at that dot where we started. So that's the shape of our Swiss cheese plant, but of course we need some Swiss cheese holes. So I'm going to do a oval shape, which is in the circle family. I'm going to go ahead and do my oval shape right here where I see it on the leaf on the whiteboard. There we go. So in that leaf we have curved lines, angled lines, and a circle. And now we want to talk about how to do the beetles. And these, of course, are very simple. We want to make sure that kids who are as young as 4 can do this project with just a little bit of help from their mom or dad. So to do the beetle, it's simply another oval shape. So we're going to be practicing our circles. I'm going to just pick any place on the leaf. Have the kids choose where they want to do it. I'm going to do one down here in this big open space on the leaf. So it's just a simple oval, and he's going to have angled lines for the legs. So we're going to practice doing these angles. Start at the body, go out at a straight line, and then up. And that's an angle. We're going to do 2 more on this side. out and up, and again, out and up. We can see the angles there. The other side's going to have similar legs, out and up the opposite way. 2 more times. And so we have the circle and the angled lines making the bug. For his antennae, I'm just going to start at the top and do curved lines this time, going out. So that's one of the beetles. I'm going to pick another place on my leaf to do my second one. We're going to walk through it. We're going to start with a circle, but more like an oval, so it's an elongated circle. Now we get to keep practicing our angles. So we're going to go out, stop, and go up. Again, a lot of kids want to, they have trouble with angles because they don't like to stop their pencil at the corner. So it's important to do a straight line, stop, and then go up. And keep practicing that. Practice those angles. Out, stop, and up. Out, stop, and up. We're going to do some more curved lines that go above the head, like that. All right. So if you want to do 2 bugs, you can do 2. I think I'm going to add a third, maybe a smaller one, a little baby bug. Smaller oval this time. And then again, my angled lines, practicing the stopping motion to create that angle. Out, stop, up, again and again. Cute little baby antenna. And there's our 3 beetles. So you can see how we're continuously doing the same concepts over. We're doing the circles over and over again, the stopping for the angles again and again, and of course the curved lines again and again. So this repetition helps the kids get better at it. And finally, we're going to be looking at the different patterns that God has made on the different beetles. They're actually really interesting, all the different designs that there are. So I'm going to go ahead and do a zigzag design right now on this beetle. So it's the angled lines that just continue next to one another. Angled here. And for this beetle, I think I'd like to do the filled in dots. And this is part of the oils concept as well. It's a circle, but all filled in. And of course, these can be different shapes. Maybe a kidney bean shape. All these organic shapes in the beetle. And the kids can just play around with this and fill it in with however many they like to do. And then the last one, I think I will do some stripes down the beetle's back. And I'm going to make them really thick stripes. All sorts of different lines we can talk about. Thick lines, thin lines, straight lines, all that good stuff that goes along with oils. So once I have all these different things incorporated into the beetles, the different types of lines that we've talked about in that beginning worksheet, then I'm going to let the students go ahead and choose their colors, and they will begin by coloring in just the beetles first. So students who take a lot of time will probably just finish the 3 beetles. Students who are fast can go ahead and start coloring the leaf, maybe add some pattern in the background and color that in as well, so they can make it more fancy, more patterned, and basically just more colorful than a student who's going to work slower.